of movements to do at the end of your day, just to ease out the spine, just to relax the body. It's a fantastic sequence to do, and it's particularly important, I think, at the moment when, for the last 12 months or so, we may have been working from home, and our backs can get stiff and sore when we sit on inadequate chairs, or if we're doing a lot more walking. So these are a lovely series of movements just to stretch out the spine. So if you'd like to start with me, so we're going to bring your feet to hip width apart, which is just about 1 foot width, and we're going to lift one shoulder and then the other. So really feel like you're lifting the shoulder and start to mobilize through the shoulder girdle, mobilizing the arms. That's great. Just keeping the knees a little bit soft. Make sure they're not locked. That's wonderful. Fantastic. Just enjoying that lovely movement of easing the body round. That's great. Fantastic. And then if you like, you can start to take the arm a little bit lower. So you bring a bit more reflection into the spine. Again, keeping the knees soft. Lovely. Easing out. That's wonderful. Fantastic. You can lift the arms a little bit higher as well, just to ease up, getting into those shoulders again. And you might notice as you're doing this that you're making, if you're keeping your knees soft, you're making a lovely figure of 8 with your hips. So we're mobilizing into the lower back as well. That's great. And then bringing the arms down by your sides. Fantastic. We're going to bring the hands on the hips, soften the knees, and just going to rotate into the lower back and the hips. So bringing your awareness to this movement, feel as though you're making a perfect circle with those hips. That's great. And then we'll go round in the opposite direction, easing round. Brilliant. Fantastic. And then release and relax down. Good to bring the hands in front of the chest, fingers fairly close together. Relax those shoulders. And we're going to make a lying down figure of 8. That's wonderful. So this is a lovely way to mobilize through the whole of your spine. And by making this lying down figure of 8, you're equalizing the left and the right sides of your brain, bringing them into balance. So it's a lovely thing to do at the end of your day. That's fantastic. Just easing down, opening out into those shoulder muscles, into the upper spine, the thoracic spine. Lovely. And then we'll start to take that a little bit higher, coming up into the very upper parts of your spine. Just keeping everything soft, and then taking your arms a little bit higher if your shoulders are comfortable. That's great. Easing round. Just bring a little bit of a twist into that as well, if you're comfortable. Wonderful. Fantastic. Coming back down, we'll take that a little bit wider so you're getting more of a stretch into that mid and upper back. Lovely. Easing out. Brilliant. And then taking the feet just a little bit wider, making that figure of 8 around your hips. So allow your knees to be soft, sway from side to side a little. You might want to turn your toes out just a little bit so that the knees trap nicely over your feet. Lovely. So then we're going to come down around the knees. Relax your head, and again you might want to take your feet even wider. Swaying from side to side, getting that lovely figure of 8. And also with this movement, we're just bringing a gentle stretch into the inner thighs. If your back is still quite stiff and sore, stay here. But if you'd like to come down a little bit further, make that figure of 8 around the feet, keeping the head relaxed, easing into the spine. That's great. And then we're going to take the hands around the knees again, coming back up to the chest, and then gently slowing down the arms and the hands and bringing them back in front of your body, and relax those shoulders. That's great. And then release down. Fantastic. Okay, so I invite you to come and lie on your back. we're going to come onto your back and bring your knees into your chest and just gently massage the lower back. So if this isn't comfortable, you can keep your feet on the floor and ease your knees over, but we're not going too far. We really want to just feel as though we're massaging the lower back. And then you can bring a slight twist into that by gently taking the head one way and then the other. Fantastic. Okay, that's wonderful. So we're going to bring your left foot down to the floor and we're going to keep holding on to your right knee. So taking a breath in, on the out breath, just pull that knee towards you a little bit more. Breathing gently, and then just release it slightly, but keep holding it with your hands. And then we're gently going to ease your left leg out, stretching it out. Lovely. So this gives you a fantastic stretch into the iliopsoas muscle, in the thigh and around the hip and into the lower back. Just breathing gently for a few moments. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Wonderful. And just let this position just gently allow the muscles to relax. That's fantastic. And then gently draw the left leg back in, left foot on the floor, pulling in our abdominal muscles. Take a breath in, and on the out breath, we're going to lift the head towards the knee, getting a spinal stretch, and then release the head down. Wonderful. So we're going to place the right thigh over the left as if you're crossing your legs, lying down. And then we're going to bring your hands behind your thighs and draw the knees in. Keep the lower legs relaxed. Now, if this anatomically is difficult for you, it's difficult for you to keep your shoulders relaxed, do get a strap or an old tie to have around your thighs. And just breathe gently for a few moments. And you'll feel a lovely stretch into your piriformis muscle, into the right buttock. And then release down. Okay, if that was comfortable for you, you can take your ankle above your left knee so the right knee comes out to the side. Interlace your hands or your belt around the left thigh and draw the left thigh in, allowing the left lower leg to be relaxed. So this is giving you a slightly stronger stretch into your piriformis muscle. So if that is too much for you, go back to the original stretch. So this is a fantastic stretch to do when you've been walking a lot, when you've been running. Wonderful. Breathe gently. Try and keep the shoulders as relaxed as you can. Lovely. And then release and bring both feet back down to the floor. Okay, so we do the same on the other side. Draw the left knee in. Take a breath in. And on the out, let's just draw that knee a little bit closer. Holding that, keeping the shoulders as relaxed as you can. And then just release it a little. That's great. And then gently start to lengthen the right leg out along the floor. That's lovely. Just allowing the hip, the thigh to relax. Wonderful. If you want to encourage a little bit more relaxation, you can bring your right hand onto the front of your right thigh. Fantastic. So bring that hand back, we're going to draw the right leg back in, right foot on the floor, engage your lower abdominal muscles a little, breathe in, and on the out breath, bring your head towards your knee. That's great, and then release down. And then we're going to cross your left thigh over your right, interlace your hands or your belt or your tie around the thighs and draw them in. Keep the shoulders relaxed, breathe gently. Feeling that lovely stretch in your left buttock, your left hip. Fantastic. And then release. If you're comfortable, bring the left ankle above the right knee. Interlace your hands or your belt around your right thigh and draw in. Again, keeping those shoulders relaxed, keeping the lower right leg completely relaxed. And breathe gently. Wonderful. And then release and bring the feet back down to the floor. Great. So we're going to roll over onto your side and gently push yourselves up. So we're going to come into the cat. So if you'd like to come onto all fours, your hands are directly down from your shoulders, knees directly down from your hips. So all the movements for this cat come from the padding for your knees, or if your wrists are sore, you can do this coming up onto your fists or on your forearms. Okay, so starting from the base of the spine, as if you have a tail, we're going to tuck your tail under and start to arch the back and relax the head. And then we're going to tilt your tailbone, flatten the back, and gently lengthen through the spine, lifting the sternum and the head. Lovely. This brings some beautiful movement into your back. And again, starting from the base, arching, and then tilting the tailbone and lengthening. That's great. We'll bring the breath in, take a breath in, and on the out breath we're going to arch. Fantastic. And on the in breath, lengthen. We'll do that twice more, breathing out and arching, and breathing in and lengthening. Breathing out and arching, and breathing in and lengthening. Fantastic. So we're going to ease back your bottom towards your heels. That's great. If you need a cushion underneath your bottom, between your bottom and your heels, then that is really good to do. Okay, so we're going to stretch your arms out and bring your forehead as close to the floor as you comfortably can. So we're going to walk your hands over to the right. So you come into a kind of banana shape and you get a lovely stretch up the left side of your body. Just breathe gently for a few moments. Don't go too far, just far enough so that you feel that stretch. And then we're going to rotate back to the centre and then do the same on the other side. That's great. Breathing gently. And then again rotating back to the centre and over to the right. Back to the centre again and over to the left. Wonderful. And then come back to the centre. And then we're going to ease yourself down onto the floor. Place one palm on top of the other and rest your forehead on your palms. And then take your legs as wide as you comfortably can and allow the heels to drop towards the centre. And in that position, breathe gently. If that's not a comfortable position for you, please come onto your back and bring your knees into your chest. But in the crocodile position, the wider you're able to have your legs comfortably, the more relaxing that is for your back. It takes the compression away from your spine. Just breathe gently for a few moments in that position, allowing the shoulders to relax on the out breath, allowing the hips to relax on the out breath, allowing the legs to relax. Just feel as though the body is gently sinking into your mat. And you can stay there as long as you like, but when you're ready to come out of that position, bring your legs together, bring your hands to around your chest height, and then gently push yourselves up. Fantastic. So if you enjoyed that sequence of movements, I do a healthy back class online on a Thursday morning, 9 till 10:15 a.m. And if you come to the class, I also provide a recording of that class for the 7 days up to the next class. So if you want to check out more details of that, you can go up the online page that this video is on, and that has a calendar which gives you all the information. So thank you for joining me, take care, and hope to see you again soon.